Hey guys, welcome back to Chiptunes and Chapters, where we dive into the world of anime, manga, and video game entertainment. On this podcast, we don't just look at the epic sagas that may have defined the generation, we also try to look at those little hidden gems that may have fallen into obscurity over the years, but still have a small, loyal following to this day. The ones that have a memorable storyline, or unforgettable characters, or even incredible artwork. The ones that stand out and become memorable masterpieces. So come join us in a world where pixels and prose join together to become one. This is Chiptunes and Chapters. Today we're continuing our journey across the cosmos of anime to explore an iconic series that's equal parts of comedy, adventure and heart. The series known as Irresponsible Captain Tylor. So fasten your seatbelts as we set sail on a journey across the stars into a world of comedy. Welcome to Chiptunes and Chapters. Before we dive into today's review, just a quick heads up. While I'll do my best to steer clear of any major spoilers, please keep in mind I'm only human and I might let a few slip through the cracks. So sit back, relax, and join me as we sail the stars with Captain Tylor. Irresponsible Captain Tylor is an outstanding anime series that first aired in 1993. Set in a distant future where humanity, organised under the United Planet Space Force, or UPSF for short, is ensnared in a tense Cold War with the formidable Ralgon Empire, the series crafts a backdrop that is both expansive and fraught with interstellar conflict, but also has its fair share of screwball comedy as well. Our protagonist, Justy Ueki Tylor, or Just Awake Tylor, is a carefree and seemingly clueless young man with no apparent ambitions or skills relevant to the military. However, in an almost comedic twist of fate, Tylor enlists in the UPSF, driven more by a pursuit of an easy life than any sense of duty or actual heroism. His journey from a lazy, job-hunting drifter to the captain of the space destroyer Soyokaze is not just improbable, it's basically a miracle to be perfectly honest. It's this unlikely progression that injects the series with its initial dose of humour and sets the tone for Tylor's unorthodox approach to leadership and life. One of the big highlights of Irresponsible Captain Tylor is its wide range of characters, particularly the crew of the Soyokaze. Under Tylor's leadership, this ragtag bunch of misfits manages to navigate one adventure after another. I'm only going to go through a small number of them, otherwise I'll be here all day. Firstly, you have Lieutenant Yuriko Star, who's the ship's executive officer. She's basically a straight-laced counterbalance to Tylor's carefree attitude. She's very much a by-the-book officer who believes in military discipline and order. She often finds herself very frustrated by Tylor's unconventional approach to leadership, but she also can't deny the miraculous results that he manages to achieve by some bizarre twist of fate. Her unwavering commitment to her ideals often clashes with Tylor's very relaxed demeanour, but she still remains loyal to the crew and does her very best to ensure that the Soyokaze manages to run smoothly. Next up you have Lieutenant Yamamoto, who is a very proud, hot-headed officer and basically serves as the first officer aboard the Soyokaze. Unlike Tylor, he strongly believes in very strict military discipline and deeply resents Tylor's appointment as captain over him. He views Tylor as basically a fool that's unfit for command, and regularly challenges Tylor's authority, hoping to undermine his decisions. Despite the antagonistic attitude, Yamamoto's loyalty to the UPSF is completely unwavering, and his dedication to duty often provides comedic relief in vast contrast to Tylor's antics. Harumi, the ship's medical officer, isn't quite what she seems though. Her calm and mysterious demeanour hides a surprising secret that does add a layer of intrigue to the series, about halfway through the season. Without giving too much away, Harumi's unique origins impact her interactions with the crew and lead to moments as she navigates her role aboard the Soyokaze. Her evolving relationship with Tylor does add a lot of emotional depth to the story. Meanwhile, opposing the UPSF, we'll start off with their leader. Empress Goza the 16th, also known as Azulin, is the teenage ruler of the Ralgon Empire. She was basically thrust into power at a very young age after her parents were assassinated. Despite her royal status and fiery temperament, Azulin is still very much a teenager at heart, and she longs for freedom from the burdens of her title. Her encounters with Tylor reveal a more vulnerable side to her character, and their relationship does provide some of the series' most touching and humorous moments. Azulin embodies the human side of the Ralgon Empire, offering a vast contrast to the otherwise cold and very militaristic image of their forces. And then there's Rubaraba Dom, or Dom for short. He's a high-ranking strategist of the Ralgon Empire who serves as a primary antagonist early on. Despite his loyalty to Empress Azulin, Dom is pretty much intrigued by Tylor's very unconventional tactics and his carefree nature. This curiosity leads him to interact with Tylor in ways that go way beyond the typical hero-villain dynamic and add a layer of complexity to their relationship and basically highlights the blurred lines between friend and foe. Together, these characters form the heart of Irresponsible Captain Tylor. They create a dynamic interplay of personalities that keep the audience engaged and entertained. Whether they're navigating diplomatic tensions with the Ralgan Empire, or simply dealing with Tylor's unpredictable antics, the crew's diverse personalities and relationships are very central to the show's appeal. Much of the charm of Irresponsible Captain Tylor does lie in its brilliant blend of comedy and space opera. Tylor's antics, whether he's dodging responsibility or outmaneuvering enemies through sheer luck, constantly challenge the expectations of those around him. His laid-back approach does very sharply with the high-stakes setting of space warfare. One of the most intriguing aspects of the show is how Tylor's unpredictability keeps both his crew and his enemies on their toes. His actions often blur the lines between sheer idiocy and tactical genius. It leaves the viewers and his crew questioning whether he's just incredibly lucky or if he's secretly a mastermind. This dynamic allows for comedic situations where Tylor somehow turns imminent disasters into unbelievable victories. His improbable success against the Ralgan Empire's cunning strategies and overwhelming firepower continually frustrates his enemies and astonishes his superiors. The series also delves into deeper themes like duty, leadership, and the nature of conflict. Through Tylor's unconventional command style, the show explores what it means to be a good leader. Is it better to rule with an iron fist, like Yamamoto advocates, or to trust in the power of intuition and kindness, as Tylor himself embodies? These questions add a layer of complexity beneath the comedy. Moreover, the Cold War backdrop allows the series to subtly address the futility and absurdity of conflict. Aslan's struggles with leadership mirrors Tylor's in many ways, and the interactions between their factions highlight that enemies are often more alike than different. Despite the comedic undertones, the series doesn't shy away from addressing these deeper themes. Tylor's victories through unconventional means challenge allies and enemies alike to reconsider what it means to win a war. The humour provides a light-hearted cover for these themes, but they resonate very strongly throughout the series. No episode of Chiptunes and Chapters would be complete without a shout-out to the music that brings these stories to life. The soundtrack of The Irresponsible Captain Tylor strikes a perfect balance between whimsical and epic. It manages to reflect the show's dual nature quite suitably. The opening theme, Just Think of Tomorrow, is an upbeat anthem that sets the tone for Tylor's very carefree adventures. Its infectious melody and optimistic lyrics capture Tylor's irrepressible spirit and hint at the series' blend of humour and adventure. As soon as you hear that opening line, "Life is a journey, don't stop moving," you know that you're in for a fun ride. Equally memorable is the ending theme, Downtown Dance, by Miho Morikawa. With its catchy beat and feel-good vibe, it's a perfect wind-down after each episode, leaving viewers in high spirits. Meanwhile, the background score, composed by Kenji Kawai, is versatile and nuanced, providing the perfect musical backdrop to the show's shifting tones. Kawai, known for his work on Ghost in the Shell and Ranma Half, demonstrates his skill in capturing both comedic and dramatic moments. Whether it's the playful melodies accompanying Tylor's shenanigans or the grandiose tunes underscoring the Ralgan Empire's looming threat, the soundtrack plays an integral role in shaping the show's atmosphere. Overall, the music in Irresponsible Captain Tylor reflects the series' eclectic mix of humour, adventure, and drama, making it a timeless complement to the story. The catchy themes and versatile score ensure that the series' musical legacy remains as memorable as its characters. That being said, Irresponsible Captain Tylor isn't just a one-season wonder. After the initial 26-episode series, it was also followed by a 10-episode OVA series that delves deeper into the characters and explores new storylines. The OVA series, which was released between 1994 and 1996, continues the legacy of the original show while offering a more mature and introspective take on the characters and their relationships. It kicks off with an exceptional episode, a one-off story focusing on Tylor's notorious luck and unconventional methods. The subsequent OVA episodes are divided into two parts, the Irresponsible Captain Tylor OVA and Irresponsible Captain Tylor OVA 2. Some episodes focus on individual crew members, revealing new facets of their personalities and also giving fans a closer look at their backstories. Yuriko receives more development in the OVA, showcasing her struggles with Tylor's leadership and her own sense of duty. Aslan also returns, providing more insight into her character and the political intrigue within the Ralgan Empire. The series also includes Irresponsible Captain Tylor, the movie, a theatrical release that ties into the OVA series and explores a more dramatic storyline. Despite its age, the Irresponsible Captain Tylor remains a beloved classic among anime fans. Its blend of humour, adventure, and unique characters makes it a timeless gem worth revisiting or discovering for the first time. The show has also left its mark on the space opera genre, inspiring future series that blend comedy with sci-fi, such as Outlaw Star and Space Dandy. In recent years, Irresponsible Captain Tylor has been re-released on various streaming platforms and home media, ensuring that new generations can enjoy the escapades of the Soyokaze crew. If you're looking for a series that breaks away from the usual space opera tropes with a dose of humour and heart, Irresponsible Captain Tylor is a must-watch and right up your alley. And that's a wrap on today's episode of Chiptunes and Chapters. I hope you enjoyed today's journey. If you did, please be sure to subscribe and leave a review on your favourite podcasting platform. Your support helps more listeners discover the podcast, and I'd really appreciate it. I'm also excited to announce that Chiptunes and Chapters now has a Patreon. If you'd like to support the podcast and gain access to awesome new perks like member shoutouts, voting on future episodes, early access to podcasts, and much more, head on over to patreon.com/Chiptunes and Chapters and join the crew. Thank you so much for listening, and until next time, keep those headphones on and your imagination soaring.